everyone, and welcome to another episode of 10K Dollar Day. This week, we are talking about soup, craft services, and the military.
Ooh, it sounds like a no-fly zone.
See you there.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to 10K Dollar Day. This is the comedy podcast about imaginary luxury travel with a few segments in between all of that. I'm Allison Burns.
I'm Lulu Picard.
And welcome to episode 287. We're so excited you're here. Again, if you're new, welcome to the podcast. We're about to take a fake $10,000 because it's in our head. And Lulu today is going to spend it somewhere really real. She's done the research. And it's all because one of our listeners gave us a magic jumping off word. There's like a lot of information. I wonder if new people are like, this is just what?
It's so
What are we
confusing.
doing?
They're like, is this a podcast? Is this travel?
Yeah, it's both, guys. It's a podcast, it's travel, and it's a lot of fun. So get ready for that. So before we talk about how we're going to spend this money, we're going to talk about our current obsessions. We're going to talk about what's on our wish list. And then later on in the show, we're going to have a little bit of an improv segment. So for those of you who like Saturday Night Live, this is for you. It's right up there with all the greatest SNL skits. So
And
get
it's
ready
up
for
there
that.
with all the worst ones too. It's just up there.
Which sometimes people Google. I feel like people look for those. So,
Here we are.
Here we are. All right. So, Lou,
Yes.
what's going on in your world? Where in the world is Lulu?
Well, this week I am in Nashville, Tennessee.
Whoop, whoop.
It's one of the cities that's really important to us in 10K because that is where we first got our first producer, Ash Burns, right here in Nashville. So we kind of grew a little bit here. So it's nice to be here. And I have a lot of memories of you, Allison, walking around the city.
So funny. I haven't been back since I took Emma and her friends on that crazy spring break trip when she was like 16.
Oh, that's right. You and teenagers in a van.
We rented a minivan. Yeah. It was a lot like our trip, to be honest. Just snacks and a minivan. It was super fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then what else is going on? Let's see what's happening in our world. Oh, you were going to ask me about my movie.
This is the best segue we've ever done. You just said, oh, you were going to ask me about something. And I was like, okay, I've been here before on stage. Allison, let's talk about what's going on in your world. I think you recently had a movie premiere.
I did. Just a couple of weeks ago, you guys, I premiered my latest children's movie musical. I say children's, but let's be honest, this one was teenage, and it was a little dark at times. We even had a couple of curse words, so watch out, parents. But that's how the kids talk. I wanted to keep it real, and they wrote it, and they were like, I said, would your mom let you say that? They're like, yeah, and I was like, all right, let's keep it. And it was liberating for them. Nothing crazy bad, you guys.
What
just like
what letter does the bad word start with?
I think twice the kid said SH word.
Okay.
And then one HE double hockey sticks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and one DAMN.
But without a G in front of it.
Oh, yeah. No, not that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Just wanted to know where we were. So we're like in a PG-13 plus situation.
Yeah, I would say so. And listen, it went over amazingly. So I rented a 100-seat theater locally, and it sold out. So I had to call the theater. I said, do you have a bigger theater? They're like, yeah. So they gave me the 180-seat theater, and I only had 2 weeks. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to sell an additional 80 seats. Well, I sold an additional 66. So we had 166 people, which actually worked out well because no one wants to sit in the front row of a theater.
Sure.
Like ever.
Yeah.
So the whole like front and a half, like front row, and then the half of the second row was not taken, which was actually great. So packed. Everyone loved it. They watched it. I was nervous the whole time, but it was awesome. And then we released it on YouTube. So if you guys don't subscribe to our newsletter, you should. We'll have the link to that in this week's newsletter.
Deja Blue.
It's called Deja Blue. And what's really cool is the movie I did prior, it's had about 500 and something views over the past year. Well, this one has had over 500 views in 1 week. So that's a crazy, crazy thing. And what's
So
really cool too is I've had some parents come up to me and say, my kids have requested to watch this for movie night. So they're making popcorn and sitting down and like
that's
watching my
so
movie
sweet.
on YouTube. It's pretty
So
cool.
listeners, please help us out. Stream the movie. You can find it if you just Google or YouTube Google. That's not a word. Search within YouTube for Deja Blue. And Allison, just so that people understand,
Yes.
who wrote this movie?
Well, what happens is the kids come together about a year ago and come up with the concept, and they come up with
Mhm,
their own characters. And
mhm,
then I go and write the movie. So I
mhm.
take a month and I write the movie, and then I bring it back. We make some final adjustments, and then we start filming. So they come up with
Right.
the idea. I just write, I'll flush it out.
So they come up with like a brainstorming idea sort of thing.
Yes,
You actually write the movie. Like
correct.
you script write the
Yes,
movie
I
and
script
do
write
all
it.
the dialogue.
Yes,
And then who films it?
I do.
On
My iPhone 13 cinematic view, guys. It's legit. I have a
okay.
gimbal and I use that, and then I have our old Zoom H6, and I bought a really great,
This
like,
is a
boom
sound
mic,
it's a sound recorder thing
and I
for I'm just
sound
filling
record
people in.
it, so we boom everything,
Uh-huh.
and then I sync the footage with the iPhone footage and, put it all
Because you
together.
also edit it
I edit it, and I do all the sound design and all
and who and all the lyrics, the
the
parody
lyrics, I
lyrics.
write the songs.
You produce the audio recording of that because they
I
record that
do.
separately from the
Yes.
filming, right? They have to go record that first,
Yes.
and then they come in. So, blah, 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 then you produce the movie, whatever, all this crazy stuff, you put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
"Did you make any money from this time, Allison, or did you give away the theater like you did before?"
Okay, so I broke even on the theater. 'Cause I did
Okay.
sell tickets. So I bought the theater, but then I resold the tickets. So and what was great is Seminole Studio Movie Girl, you guys, I gotta give a shout out. They are fantastic, and even though I had rented, the big theater, she only charged me for the number of seats. She didn't even charge me for the ones that people didn't buy. She was like, "It's on us. You guys are fantastic. See you next year."
Oh,
So
I
it was
love
really sweet. So yeah, I
that.
broke even on that. I do definitely spend more money than because the kids do pay. They pay $100 a month, but I also provide all of their craft services every time they're on
Wait
set.
a minute, wait. What what are you providing for them?
So I always come with like a whole array of chips, waters, granola bars, nuts, like little baggies of nuts. So that's always available. I have a big tray of like just snacks. And then I always, if we're on set during a meal time, so either breakfast, it would be like egg and cheese wraps or bagels or donuts. And then if it's lunch, it would be, pizza or sandwiches or something like that.
Out of your pocket.
Yes.
So you didn't make any money.
No,
Okay, just checking.
no.
Just I'm just checking. Listen, I'm not judging you. I think your heart is amazing. I love you so much. I also think this is a perfect grad school program for you. You're learning a lot of skills and
Yeah.
you are refining your technique. And when people are like, "Where did you learn this?" You're like, "I gave away my skills for years making movies with teenagers."
It's so true. Oh God.
No, I know you love it, and I just put
Yeah.
you on it because 'cause I'm your best friend, but
No, I know.
I know that I know that it gives you more than money,
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
and it gives them it's a perfect relationship between you and the kids, but I'm just pointing out that, you're selling out theaters and doing YouTube, so if someone out there wants to, produce your movie for you
Produce
next
the next
time,
one, yeah.
maybe that'd be great.
Oh, yeah. All
Okay.
right. Okay, let's move on to our obsession. So, Lulu, what's your obsession this week?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Did you see my Instagram the other day of this spa that I went to?
I did.
Oh, I don't know why I said that. That's not interesting to anyone. Cut that and let me just start here. Clap, clap, clap. Okay, I am truly obsessed with the next thing, and you're gonna do it with me.
Oh, is it what you posted on your Instagram about the spa?
Your segues are unbelievable in this episode. So last week, I took 2 personal days. I think also I would like to say this, it's the first time in my life I have taken a vacation day from work to actually go on
I
vacation.
was about to say, so you took personal days to go to a spa? That is like next level.
Normally, I only take my days off if I get sick or if I like for personal days, I would use them for auditions or I'd use them for like a family, like
Yeah.
my mom's birthday, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
but I've never, even on my birthday, I don't take a personal day.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't. But I went to Asheville, North Carolina for 2 days. And one of the things that I did in Asheville was go to Shoji Retreat and Spa, and it is modeled after a Japanese spa, and you have to go up into the North Carolina mountains near
Really?
Asheville, like all of the city falls away and like it's just like individual houses, and you go up into this mountain retreat something, and you get out and it's like there's no city. It's
Really?
unbelievable. And so you go through and it's very zen and it's very quiet, all the things you want. You take this shower in a beautiful shower place. What a dumb way to describe that. And then you have your own soaking tub that is in a little hut, and 3 of the walls are private, and the 4th wall just looks out to the forest.
Oh,
And it is a hot tub that is already at the perfect temperature. It's bubbly. You have it for an hour and a half.
I
And then
love that.
I also ordered a tea service to come in, and they little knock a little tick 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 knock on your little door, and they leave it right outside on the step. And then you just go get the tea service when you want. And there's a little intercom, so when it's over, they go, "Okay, excuse me, it's time to get out of your tub, but you can use the sauna for the rest of the day if you'd like."
Oh my gosh,
And
that's
so you get
amazing.
out of the robe and the slippers that they gave you, and you go trudge and to get from the hut to the main thing, you have to walk outside, up like a rock path, through a tree, up
That's
past the
look at you, 10K.
10K personal day. 10K personal day.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was great. Asheville's
Oh,
great. I'd never been there before.
yeah.
It is very easy to spend money in Asheville,
Yeah. That's
like,
so cool, though.
so fast. But, yeah, it was beautiful and one of the, like, top ever spa experiences in my life.
That's so cool. Oh,
Highly recommended. Shoji Retreat and Spa.
nice. Well,
Yeah.
mine's not too far off. My obsession right now is our water heater broke, so we had to get a tankless one,
Okay, oh, yeah.
and
What does that mean?
so I'm not exactly sure, but I
So it
do
doesn't you
know.
don't run out of water now?
Yeah, you can never run out of hot water,
Hmm.
which is nice. And we have a lot of people in this house right now, and all of them have long hair. So we're always like, "Hey, you got 2 songs max, and then you
Yeah.
gotta get out." But what happened was I was coming home from work and everyone else would shower first, and I'd get in, there'd be no hot water.
Oh, yeah.
So, because Hannah would be showering, Emma always has a friend with her, they'd be showering, Emma would be showering, and then all of a sudden I'd jump in, it's freezing, and I don't
Oh,
know, you guys, I
no.
cannot take a cold shower, like, unless I am in the heat and I have just swam in the ocean for 7 hours and my body's on fire, then I can do cold showers, but I always want it hot. So
Uh-huh.
now I get to get in and do my hot shower, which is very nice. I'm obsessed.
I never
And it
really
saves
thought of
water too.
I never thought of that as, like, the best argument for that instant hot water filter or whatever you
Mhm.
call it, the tankless thing, is that the mom gets to actually have a
Yeah.
hot shower.
And it's less water because, it heats up quickly, so you're not running
Mhm.
it, trying to get the hot water. Because I would constantly, like, run it and feel it and feel it and run it and try to, like, "Is it not it's not heating up?" So now it gets hot, so I can jump right in.
Oh, how great.
Yeah, it's great. I love
That's
it.
changed your whole
And
routine.
it's small, it's very tiny, so it doesn't take up the whole garage.
Oh, how
Yeah, it's
cool.
great.
Congratulations.
Thanks. All right, what's on your wish list?
All right. It's a little excessive, but
Okay.
I really want those new Apple VR glass things, the Vision Pro that they just announced. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, wait, is it the ones that
They
it'll
they
show
look
your
like
phone?
yeah, they look like ski goggles.
Yeah,
And everyone that I talk to about it is like, "Why would I need that? Why would you need that?" And I was like, "Listen, if I could be working on multiple monitors at once
mhm.
and I didn't have monitors in front of me, I just had those that thing on my face, and then you take it off and then there's no computer there. Are you kidding? That
Yeah.
sounds like heaven for someone who travels."
And I wonder, does it look like you're working?
That's a good question. I mean, I think that in my Jetsons head, you
Yeah.
know, that it would also have some sort of, projected keyboard, which I know those exist, or could
Yeah.
sense that you were typing somehow, like, if you're typing on a desk or a flat surface, maybe it could read the keystrokes on your
Yeah.
fingers. So I think it would but you're right, I don't think it would look like you're working any more than if someone was standing in front of you and couldn't see your computer. They
Right.
couldn't tell if you were on Google or on an
Right.
Excel sheet.
I mean, it's kinda cool. I would love to see it in action. Have you seen it in
Me too.
action?
No, and they're not being
Yeah.
released until 2024 here, and they're $3,500. So,
Ooh.
the chance that I would see one in action is very low,
Yeah.
but I like the possibilities of not having physical
Mhm.
computers and it being able to be that small and that on off is really attractive to me.
Yeah. Ugh. Listen,
Yeah. What about
somebody
you?
somewhere.
Someone somewhere.
Okay, so we're having a fly problem at my house.
Oh, no.
I don't know where they're coming from, but just regular flies. And sure, we open the door to let the dogs out. I don't know if I even told you we have chickens now.
I just talked about getting chickens yesterday.
Yeah, we have 6 chickens.
6 though,
We have 6.
for the eggs?
Yeah.
Who's feeding these chickens?
My husband is now a farmer, apparently. He wakes up at the
Okay.
crack of dawn and he does his farm chores
Okay,
at
okay.
our suburban house. So basically the doors open, here and there for the dogs, for the chickens, for doing things outside, but there's no reason why every day there's at least 2 to 3 flies in my house. So we got a fly swatter. It's not working very well. So my wish list is I was researching like how to get rid of flies. There is this fly swatter. It's called Zap It and it looks like a tennis racket and it kills bugs on impact. It's like a zapper. So it looks like a tennis racket. When you swat it, if you just hit it, it goes zzz,
Oh my gosh.
and it kills them instantly. It's on Amazon, but it's like a zapping racket,
I used to
an
we used
electric
to
one.
have those, like, zappers that would hang on
Yeah.
your porch, and then they
Yeah.
would just come over.
It's like that in the palm of your hand.
That's amazing.
I know I want it. It's
Is
like
it
30 bucks.
expensive?
No, it's 30 bucks, but I just haven't, bit the bullet. Is that the phrase?
But the bullet. I bit the bullet. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
phrase.
okay, okay, I was right.
Um,
All right, well, I know what time it is. Do you know what time it is?
it's time for new
It's
segues.
time for a new segue. Here we go. It's time for, sing it with me, 10K
10K day. It's a 10K dollar day. Imaginary travel and a laugh or two.
As we tell you all the crazy things we wanna do,
We buy top drawer.
but we don't really pay.
So say what's your happy and you'll be our bae.
Okay, so the magic word today is Jimmies. Jimmies. Jimmies.
Yep. And
Ooh.
Jimmy's was given to us by Genevieve Kirsch, who is the production stage manager of 1776 on tour.
Yeah. Did she tell you how she got to this word?
I think We were at an ice cream shop.
There you go. I knew it. I knew it. All right. So, Lou, where did this word take you?
Okay. Well, it did not take me to any ice cream shops at all, but it did take me to Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Is that a place like Oshkosh Bagosh?
That's where they make Oshkosh bagoshes.
No, it's not.
Yes, in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
That's amazing.
I know. And
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, and they have an Oshkosh bagosh factory. And if you just heard us say those words and you're very confused, there is a brand of overalls. I mean, what else
Yes.
do they make?
I think they make all types of kids clothing.
But I think of them as overalls.
Yeah.
And the brand is Oshkosh. But why do we call it Oshkosh bagosh?
I think that was started in a commercial. I think one of the little kids was like, Oshkosh Bagosh. And they were like, keep it. It's
Okay.
cute.
I don't know if you know that from fact or if you made that up, but either way, that's a good story. And now we've explained it. Oh, do you remember? Because there were even these dolls when we were little that would be wearing Oshkosh overalls.
Yeah, wasn't it My Buddy and Kid Sister?
My buddy. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So in Oshkosh, we don't need to go through that whole thing. I am staying in a Verbo or a VRBO,
VRBO. Yes, yes, yes.
which is a vacation house. We don't use it as often as we use Airbnb on this
Mhm.
production, but it is the kind of the same thing. And it's actually what we used to rent our house for our castaway retreat, our
Oh,
podcastaway
yes, we
retreat,
did. You're
when
right.
we talked to a bunch of people and helped them start their podcasts. Okay. So I'm staying in an executive home. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
I think
I
it just
think it
means what? No, you tell me. What do you think it means?
I think it means that it's for people primarily who are there on a work trip. And so they cater to people who have like long-term stays for work. So if you're in a place looking over your southeast region for like a month at a time.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I'll take it, because I love to go to Oshkosh, Wisconsin to keep track of my southeast region of
Okay.
things. Okay, so in Oshkosh, in this home, this is a fancy, fancy home. It is in Fox Valley. We're talking many, many bedrooms. There's a chef's kitchen with 2 dishwashers,
Oh,
refrigerated drawers to just put like your champagne in, I guess.
yeah.
2 refrigerators. What a dream.
Okay. Yeah.
And filtered tap water.
That's
There's
awesome.
an outdoor heated pool. There is a grand piano. There is an elevator. There is a laundry room that is bigger than any New York apartment I have ever had. And
Really?
the bathroom has a Roku TV in the mirror.
Oh, that's cool.
Like it looks like a mirror, then you get in the tub and then it's a TV.
Oh, that's cool.
We're talking fancy in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And that
That's awesome.
house is going to cost us $3,000 a night.
Oh,
I mean, it's 6 bedrooms,
that's
right?
a lot.
It's
But
6
yeah, if
bedrooms.
you break it up, you're right.
So you and I are staying there, and it is $7,020 just for my house.
Nice.
All right. So it's breakfast time, and we are going to Caramel Crisp Corner,
Oh, that's cute.
right? It's a cafe, but they have sweet treats and gourmet popcorn, soups, cheesecake, pies. In fact, I love soup, and they have a monthly soup menu.
Oh, you do love soup.
Like on the website, it's like soup menu.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
awesome.
oh, I love this place. It is also a toy store and a bookstore and an Oshkosh, Wisconsin gift store.
Oh, that's cute.
So I'm giving us 100 plus 20-ish dollars. And then we are going to go to that place and buy breakfast
Okay.
and something for lunch to
Okay.
go. And then we're going to use the rest of that money to like shop at their toy store and bookstore.
Okay.
But
Cool.
basically, we're spending $100 there.
I love that.
Okay. Now, Jimmy, it's time
Yes.
to talk about it. No, it's not. Take that back. Okay. So we've just gone to have breakfast and we're going to stop in at Hugh's home made chocolate
Okay.
because this is a very special place in Oshkosh. It is only open September through May. It is in the basement of an actual home.
Oh,
Yeah, it's hidden among residential houses, and
okay.
it's a little house, and they make chocolates in their basement, and you can buy them
That's
from
so cool though.
September to yeah, and everybody there I mean, like, the reviews are incredible. They do ship if you
Okay.
wanted to try it, but it's all made by one family in their basement,
That's so
these
cute.
little
Could they
filled
sell
chocolate.
it elsewhere?
You can get it online.
Okay.
So you can
That's
get it
cool.
online from directly from them or in their house.
That's okay. Let's
That's
do
what they've
it.
got. So we're gonna spend $50 there, which is actually gonna go pretty far
Okay.
on the Hughes homemade chocolate. And now it's time to talk about Jimmy's.
Okay. Yes,
So
let's do
here's
it.
some facts about Jimmy. There are 80 people named Jimmy for every 100,000 Americans.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
The estimated population of people named Jimmy currently is 218,989.
Okay. That's a cool fact to know. I want to do that about my name.
Yeah, and all of this data came from Social Security Administration's baby names database. I didn't even know the Social Security Administration
Oh,
had a
yeah.
baby names database. But
Yeah.
Jimmy is a boy's name 99% of the time. So now we know
Yeah.
that too. Also, there is a band called The Jimmies that is playing at Waterfest in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah, so that's where we're going. We're gonna go see this band. It's a blues band. They're from around Wisconsin, but not Oshkosh.
Okay.
But Downbeat Magazine says that the Jimmies is a band that warrants notice beyond the Midwest.
Oh,
The new album brims with an honest feeling that stimulates the band leader's casually forceful vocals. First of all,
forceful.
casually forceful vocals? What is that?
Yeah. I don't know.
And piano work. The other Jimmies, including horn players, this is like a big band. They've
Yeah.
got horns and everything. Uh, respond with exaltation to
Oh,
every smiling suggestion he throws their way.
a smiling suggestion.
What a
Man.
review!
Yeah, I was going to say, who wrote that?
Downbeat Magazine. It's like a
Yeah.
real review. Okay, so I'm seeing them at Waterfest. We are. The VIP season pass to this blues festival is $200 each.
Okay. Not bad.
Also playing at this very cool festival, people of Oshkosh, Trombone Shorty, Ziggy Marley, Mavis Staple, Warrant, Lita Ford, and Tower of Power. Tower of Power is one of my favorite bands of all time.
Really?
They hardly ever tour the United States. You can see them very often in Europe. Oh,
I've
yeah.
never even heard of them.
They're like a jazzy funk, horny, like thing. And I meant horn, like with horns. I meant with horns. I meant they have lots of horns. They have like, they have like so many brass instruments.
I feel like for a split second, everyone thought you were just gonna ignore it. And then you circled back. It was like everyone in their car had a, oh, but they didn't say anything. But now we're all sitting in it. It's
Oh
great.
my gosh. Okay, we're gonna move on. So
Okay.
anyway, we're going to Waterfest, but we need a couple things to go to Waterfest, of course, right?
Yeah.
So first, I got us the Tory Burch Mini Miller clear crossbody bag because you have to have a clear bag now to go
Okay.
into all of these places. But this is like a designer crossbody bag. It's super cute and it's $298.
Okay. Cool.
Apparently, I only got one, but it just means that we'll share it. we
Okay.
don't we don't need that much stuff. It's fine.
That's great. That's great.
And then I got us military energy gum to keep ourselves up
Oh, yeah.
during
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
concert. Have you heard of this?
No.
There's 100 milligrams of caffeine in every piece.
Really?
Yeah. It was established for the military in 1998. In 2004, it was approved for the Department of Defense to supply every battalion.
Oh,
In 2005, it received the US Military Greatest Invention of the Year. 2006, it goes into the Emmy Award gift bags. And in
Oh.
2012, it became available to the public. You can get it on
Oh, I
Amazon.
was gonna ask. I was like, "Is it available now?" That's cool. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a lot of caffeine. I wouldn't just, like,
Yeah.
do it for fun, peeps. This is like, "Oh, I have to go one more battle."
Yeah.
Okay. And then I got us neck fans, like
Oh,
the
yes,
kind
those
that,
are
like
good.
that sit around your neck, you know?
Yeah, those are good.
Right now, everyone, they're on sale at Target, unless they're not by the time you hear this episode. But I was able to get them for $36.99 each.
Okay.
Now, for the Jimmies, I wanted to make sure that we supported the Jimmies, of course.
Yes, of course.
So we're gonna get all of their albums. They have 6.
Okay.
They're $10 each on their website. So I got a set of them for you, a set of them for me, one set to
Nice.
give away for the newsletter prizes.
Okay, okay, I like
You
it.
don't if you don't know what I mean, everyone, every
You
week
should.
we play a game with everyone who subscribes to our newsletter, which you can do just by going to 10kdollarday.com. And
Mhm.
then I put a magic phrase somewhere in the newsletter. And then Allison has to say that phrase in the next week of our
Yeah.
other podcasts. That's a lot of commitment if you just
It
listen to
is,
this. I
yeah.
just realized. So, whatever. But they get prizes. Okay. And then I got us 2 hoodies that say like the Jimmies.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So we spent a lot of money there. Now, currently, remember I told you Tower of Power is one of my favorite bands.
Yes.
There are 8 people in Tower of Power. It's all those horns.
Yeah.
There are 7 in the Jimmies. That's
Okay.
15 musicians, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring them over to our house
Oh,
because I have
okay.
that huge house with like
Yeah, why
so many
not?
things. We're going to have a little bit of like a little party for all the musicians. They can hang out. There's a piano. Like,
Nice.
maybe this is the excuse they needed to all kind of make music together. Maybe you can bring your fancy H6 recorder that records audio you were just talking about, and we can, like,
Oh,
lay down a
yeah.
live album, right?
Okay, I like it.
But you and I are going to wear very specific things.
Okay.
You're going to wear a Jimmy Garoppolo San Francisco 49ers autographed black Nike game jersey
Okay.
from Jimmy Garoppolo, 'cause
Okay.
it doesn't say Jimmy, though it just says Garoppolo, but still. But that autographed 49ers game jersey, how
Yeah.
much do you think that is? First of
Um,
all, have you, as someone who doesn't watch football, have you heard of Jimmy Garoppolo?
no.
Great. How much do you think this jersey is?
$150?
$949.
Oh my gosh. Wait, he signed it?
Yes, it has been signed. It
Okay.
it has a tamper evident hologram from the place
Okay.
that sells it. But yeah, it's almost $1,000.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some people are like, "What? That's amazing," and super excited about it, you
Well,
know?
if you're looking for it, everyone, you can find it at supersportscenter.com or just go to the link, which will be where? In the
In the
newsletter.
newsletter.
Okay. And I am also going to wear a Jimmy jersey.
Okay.
I'm going to be wearing the Jimmy Cordero Yankees Fanatics Authentic Player Worn number 42
Okay.
white pinstripe jersey that he wore versus the Minnesota Twins on April 15th of this year.
Nice. Okay.
That is a $400 jersey.
Wow.
I know.
400.
I know.
That's insane.
Exactly. And then we're going to, of course, offer them dinner. And I know that you're
Yeah.
really versed on craft services, so I don't want to like step on your toes.
No, it's good, it's good.
Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I was gonna have it catered from Caramel Crisp Cafe, the same place for $400, but instead I'm gonna give you $400 and Allison Burns is gonna create craft services
Yeah, it's gonna be, snack boxes, chips,
for our for
lots
our
of Funyuns.
shoot slash party. And
Yeah.
that brings me to my total of $10,000.
Hey, perfect. Hey, 10K Dollar Day listeners, do you have a business or organization that you want to promote right here on 10K Dollar Day? Well, you can do it, and here's how.
You can have your ad permanently embedded in an episode, you could sponsor a blog post, get shout outs on social media, and we will write the ad copy for you, and we will even say it with our professional voices.
That's right, not like she just did. It's so easy, and believe me, it's so worth it. All right, so that's what Lulu would do with 10K
In the place where you can find the most amount of performing Jimmies at one time at a very specific day during a music festival, Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Yes, but this is what we would do if we had $10,000 to give away. All right, so I found the Jimmy Johnson Foundation,
Uh-huh.
and he does spell it Jimmie.
J-A what?
I mean Jimmie.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy, just
Oh,
like
got
the
it.
Jimmies.
Love it.
Because a lot of Jimmies spell it with a Y.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this foundation, they do a ton of different stuff to raise money, but it's dedicated to assisting children, families, and communities throughout the United States. And they don't have one specific things that they do. They basically go to different communities and say, what's the need? And then
Mm.
in that community, they will hold all kinds of events to raise money. So, like right now, they're doing golf championships where people can like donate money for these golfers, and then all of the money goes back. They have like um, golf tournaments presented by the Avett Brothers concert where they'll raise money and it goes all back to that community. So, tons of different stuff. So, you can check them out at jimmyjohnsonfoundation.org or by clicking the link that's in our newsletter. So, what did you find?
All right. Well, I found Singing for Change, which
Cool.
is Jimmy Buffett's charity.
Oh, nice. I love it. I love it.
He launched it as his way of saying thank you to all of the loyal friends, fans, and concert goers around the country who have supported his music career. So, Singing for Change helps people living in reduced circumstances become more self sufficient and create positive change in their lives and communities. But here's the thing, they actually give money to, like, if you were running a charity or a
Mhm.
nonprofit that you thought fell under that, then you could write to Seeds for Change and they might give you a grant.
Oh,
So
nice.
they're not doing the work directly, but they're looking for organizations to help fund. And
Yeah.
this organization, Singing for Change, receives $1 from every concert ticket sold on his tours.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Like for years and years and years and years. And then those are redistributed each year in the form of grants to small grassroots nonprofits all over the country.
Very cool. Nice.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. If you guys have a charity you'd like us to feature, we will absolutely talk about it. Just email us at 10kdollarday@gmail.com. You can also send us anything else that you want to talk about. In fact, we had a listener reach out just a couple of days ago. So this is from David. He wanted to let us know how much he enjoyed the Zesty Escape episode, as he called it. And he wants to try some of those food recommendations that we talked
Ooh.
about on there, too. And then also, you guys, he gave us some great ideas about maybe considering translating our podcast into different languages, which I know I've never thought about before. And then, of course, he knows we love to talk about AI. So he brought up some AI references that we could actually use to translate those episodes. So, guys, we love hearing about it. We're going to bring this to our roundtable discussion, Lulu and I. So thanks, David, for writing in. And we love hearing from you guys. We also love hearing your happies. If you guys aren't part of our Facebook group, it's called 10K Dollar Bays. That's BAES. And we love when people post their happies. We actually had another listener post a happy the other day about her child who was traveling the country. And she wrote a really nice letter there about her experience. So check that out. We like to keep it a safe space for you to share all the things that you want to share. So check that out. All right, let's talk about our happies. Lulu, what's your happy today?
My happy is that I was in an Airbnb in Greenville, South Carolina. It's the first time that I've not stayed in the company hotel
Oh, okay.
on the tour. And it turned out to be really beautiful and nice. And like I really like staying in Airbnbs, but there's always that moment where you're not sure.
Yeah.
It's right before you open the door and you're like, please, please, please look like the
Yeah.
pictures. Please smell okay.
Yep.
Please say it's clean. Please say if everything works. And it's really, really nice. We were even able to have like people over and have a night
Oh,
in a house, which is really different on
that's
tour,
awesome.
than going out to a bar. We were able to come over and like have dinner here and just kind of hang. And so that's really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My happy has been hand-me-down clothes for my growing 9-year-old.
Oh, I bet she's just sprouting.
Oh, it was the last dance competition that I really noticed it, because when you see somebody every day, it's harder to notice it. I bet if you saw her, you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, like, this kid is
Of
giant."
course.
She went on stage, and I'm watching her dance, and her tap costume, which is a long sleeve, like, kind of like spandexy top, was all the way up to the middle of her forearm. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, she has grown so much." And so, you hate spending money on stuff like that. So we had a few friends in the dance community be like, "Hey, I have a bunch of hand-me-downs." I'm like, "Yes." So we were able to kind of clear out her closet and go through it without spending any money. So that was my
I'm sure that
happy.
that's something that a lot of the dancers go through because they're all at that age where they're growing so fast. Is there any sort of organized system that your studio has to kind of help?
Yeah, there's not anything that's organized. But there are Facebook groups that will do like consignment type dancewear. So you can go on and it's like at a very cheap rate, or sometimes it's even like a swap. Like, hey, what do you have? What do I have? So there is stuff that you can kind of look for, but that's a good idea. We should do like a hand me down garage sale or something at the studio for all the old stuff.
Don't you have a store? Can't you should just consign
Or
at the
or
store.
that. Yeah, I should do
Don't you like
that.
literally have a business
Right.
where
I
you
do
sell
have a
dance
yes.
clothes?
That's what I have.
Okay, so everyone, Allison has a brick and mortar dance business or like clothing. So look out for her amazing idea of
Yeah.
consigning things that she
Yep.
just created here.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, you guys, so much for all of your happies that you send in. We love it. All right. Now it's time for my favorite segment. It's time for the part Lulu gets to take a drink. Here it is.
10K Roleplay.
Allison,
Yes.
you are pregnant with triplets
Oh, God.
and you've decided to name them all Jimmy to make it easier on yourself. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, you sound tired.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I won't take up too much of your time. So, what is your obsession right now?
My current obsession is the new ginger chews that I got to help with my nausea. So if you can't tell, I mean, who can't tell? I'm pregnant with triplets at the moment, and we have found out that two of the three of them are female, which means my estrogen is through the roof. And because of that, I am insanely sick. And I get very volatile, and I just can't keep anything down. So ginger chews are my obsession. I go through a whole bag a day, and my doctor told me it's not good to eat that many. So what I do is I eat 2 or 3 throughout the day, and the rest of them I suck on them until they're about the size of a pea, and then I spit them out. So I'm
Uh-huh.
not actually ingesting it all,
Okay. It's great.
but they're good. They help me not throw up all the time.
All right, we're going to revisit that estrogen thing 'cause that's new to me. Okay, so what is your on your wish list right now?
My wish list is I wish that people would stop telling me how to parent. So
Oh.
I get so much unsolicited advice. People telling me this is what you should do. Make sure that you do this. Make sure you buy this. Have you done that? You really shouldn't be having that glass of wine. No, I'm just kidding. That's not that. But my point is, I'm the parent. I know exactly what I need to do. When I released the fact on my Facebook status that I was going to have triplets, I got so many people commenting. And then when I released their names, people came out of the woodwork. They were like, this is child abuse. I was like, really, really, people naming your child the same as the other child is child abuse? No, 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 no. So some, kids don't even have names. So I think that people should stay off my back.
Yes, all of those nameless children running around. It's a big community. Okay. Um always at the end of the alphabet. It's very difficult for them. Their life is really, yep, no, never a keychain to be found at a road stop, just with no names.
Mhm.
What would you do if you had $10,000 right now that you had to spend in 24 hours?
Sure. So I already actually looked into this and it would cost exactly $10,000.
Okay.
It's funny you brought up the keychain thing. I reached out to the keychain makers that are the suppliers in all of the gas stations across the United States. And I told them they need to add to their collection Jim E. So it's JIM dash E
Oh,
and also Jimmy, which is JIMMEE.
oh, so you are phonetically, your children's names are going to be the same, but you're spelling them differently?
Yes, I'm not a total savage. So their names will be different. That's what people aren't understanding. They're different names. It's Jimmy, Jimmy, and Jimmy. And so it's the same yet different. So
Got it.
they will stand on their own. And the origin of Jimmy, it means a lot to me anyway. So it means holder of the healer. And it encompasses everything I'm about anyway. So
Okay.
I'm a yoga instructor. So
That just came out of the blue. Okay, cool, cool.
so anyways, 10K. They told me it would cost 10K for them to add that into their production circuit.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's what I
Mhm.
would do. I'd give them 10K to put my kids' names so that when we go, there's not like an argument. Because now the Jimmy, JIMMY, he's going to think he's the favorite.
You're right. You're right. Just because he has the more mainstream
Yeah.
spelling.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you had $10,000 to give away, how would you do it?
Well, I think I mentioned that I was a yoga instructor.
You
So
just did. Yes.
yeah, what I would do is I would invest it in more prenatal yoga classes. A lot of people stop doing yoga because the downward dog becomes really cumbersome when you're holding an extra 50 to 75 pounds in the front of your belly.
Okay. Yeah.
So I would encourage people to really branch out but there's not enough places, right? People don't want to invest in the prenatal yoga because they just don't have the clientele. So I would invest in like the marketing. I would invest in some sort of establishment that really dedicates themselves to the prenatal yoga. It's very important.
That's it. Okay.
Mhm.
Last question, because I know that you probably have to pee soon.
Mhm.
Um, what's your happy?
Well, it's funny you mentioned having to pee. My happy is actually the new Pregnancy Depends that came out. So I don't know if you guys are aware, it's not as gross as you think. These things are magic. I mean, the year 2023, they've really gotten it right. So basically, it's Pregnancy Depends. It's only for when you're pregnant because when you're pregnant, your pee is actually a different consistency of when you're not pregnant. The chemical
Is
composition
that
is
a fact?
different.
Wait, hold, pause. Pause the improv. Pause the improv. What are you saying right now? Are you making this up? Are you what are because people are going to tell there's going to be a water cooler conversation. Someone is going to say this to someone and they won't know if you're saying real things. You already dropped the estrogen thing and I don't think that's real.
Okay, okay, we're pausing. I
Yeah, we're
really think
pausing.
the estrogen thing is real.
I don't but then people would know that by now because
The
people
pee
have been
thing is
having
not real.
because okay, thank you for clarifying. Because the estrogen thing, I
Yeah.
think if that were real, then we would know that as a fact by now because people have been having babies for so
No, I'm
long.
pretty sure that's a fact. If you're more sick, just like if you grow more facial hair, then you have testosterone in you, in your baby.
If you're having a boy, you grow facial hair?
Some people do.
I didn't know any of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So the
Just like if the baby's hairy, you get more acid reflux.
what?
I
You're
swear.
making that up. What
No,
are you
if the
talking
baby has
about?
more hair on its head and on its body, you get acid reflux. I swear.
Okay, continue improv.
Okay, so my happy are these pregnancy depends. They have special lining that traps the urine, so there's no smell associated with it whatsoever, and it actually disintegrates inside and evaporates, if you will.
Evaporates.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so there's no mess or anything. So actually I'm fine. I could sit here forever. I've already peed 4 times. That's all.
Okay, well, I guess thanks for telling us all about the beautiful miracle of motherhood, and we'll catch up with you later. Bye.
Perfect. Bye. Oh God. All right, Lou,
Yes.
your turn. All right, Jimmy's
Yes.
definition: tiny sugar beads.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You are a tiny cake stick decorator. You're not tiny. The cakes are tiny. You're not tiny. The cakes are tiny.
Okay. Did you say
Okay.
stick decorator?
Cakes.
Oh, tiny cake decorator.
Decorator. And you use all tiny ingredients and tiny things to make tiny, tiny cakes.
Yes, I do.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Hi. What is your current obsession?
Oh, well, my current obsession is these amazing magnifying glasses I just got. They are quite amazing because they're not always magnifying. It connects with an app. And so what happens is they're normal glasses and I can see the world and I can see my pictures on the TV. I like to watch all those forensic files while I make my little cakes. And then when I look at the cakes, I just press a little button on my app. Whoop, it's a magnifier and I can see all my little cakes and all my little spatulas and all my little roses that I pipe onto them. It's quite amazing, these glasses.
Oh, I love that. All right. What's on your wish list?
Oh, well, I have heard that there are these paraffin bath things that you can put your hands into at the end of a day.
Oh, yeah.
And I love my little cakes and I love my little Etsy shops. And I also love all the little mice that come and hang out at my little mice cafe.
Ah.
That's another story for another time. But my hands are very sore at the end of the day because the
Ah.
fine work is quite difficult on my hands. And
Oh,
so I would love to soak them in a little bit of hot wax at the end of the day just to feel the heat come through and release the tension.
I actually would love that too.
No.
All right. If you had $10,000 to spend on yourself, how would you
Mhm.
do it?
You might find this strange, but I've
Mhm.
never had cake. So I've only created little cakes and I used to make them by buying day old donuts and smushing them together and then I would just, form them into a cake so I wasn't doing any actual baking.
Oh.
And then when I opened my mice cafe, I realized that that wasn't going to be sanitary. I don't really want them eating because mice are very cute, but if they eat in your house, they poop in your house. That's just biology.
True.
And so I wanted them to, hang out in their cafe, but no customer restrooms, you know. So the cakes that they are really hanging out with are made of cheese and other I get that port wine cheese
Oh,
and you
yes.
can kind of mush that together. That works really
Mhm.
well. Or a nice brie, you can cut little discs out and then make little cakes out of that. And
Mm.
then what I do is I take the tops of, like, when I make a bell pepper, I take the top of the bell pepper that you don't use the stalk, and that's what I make the little decorations out of just trash, just kitchen trash, but nothing that they would really want to eat that much. And then that's what they eat in their cafe. And so if I had an extra, was that the question? If I had
Yeah.
10,000?
If you had $10,000, yes, to spend on yourself.
Oh yes, then I would finally eat cake. I've never had it. I've always been interested by it, but they all look so big. It's such a commitment. You look
Yeah.
at a piece of cake, it's the size of my head, and I can just never make that commitment. So if I had $10,000, I would feel extravagant enough to buy a $7 piece of cake and eat it.
Perfect. We got there. Okay. What would you do if you had $10,000 to give away?
Well, my little mice don't have any clothes. I would go to the Goodwill and buy all of the old Barbie clothes that they have there,
Oh,
and
okay.
I would dress my little mice up in
Okay.
Barbie clothes. I don't know if that's actually going to fit, but it's a good start.
Sure.
And that way, because I right now the cafe is no customer restrooms, but I would also like to put a sign up that says no shirt, no shoes, no service. But that is not possible at the current time.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Last question. What is
Yes.
your happy?
I have fallen in love with the Mice King.
Oh.
We 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 love each other. I feed him a cheesecake, a cake out of cheese every morning.
Oh.
And he looks at me with his beady little eyes
Yeah.
and he says, "Someday, my love, I will get you a cake of your own." And right now, that's good enough for us.
That's beautiful. Kind
He
of.
is the king of the mices.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you, and I'm going to invite you to the wedding.
Okay.
It's going to be beautiful. It's
Okay.
going to be a little squeaky, but if you can get past that, really,
Sure.
it's just a lot of fun.
Okay. I'm excited about that.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. Okay. Well, friends, there you have it. This is why we don't explain what we do. You're just along for the ride. So I hope you had as much fun as we did. Please subscribe to our newsletter. Just go to 10kdollarday.com and click newsletter. And also you can become a Patreon supporter by going to 10kdollarday.com and clicking support us. So there's tons of different ways to stay connected. All right. 10K Dollar Day is produced by 10K Dollar Day LLC. Intro by Stan Collins. 10K logo art by Jacob McAllister. The 10K jingle by Rockwell and Rose. Thanks as always to Buzzsprout. We're going to end this the way we end it every week with friends like us.
Who needs amenities?
No.